Okay, hello, this is John Graham here, the PRO at Sligo Triathlon Club. We've had a few questions regarding the men's initiative, regarding levels, are they right for it, are they right fit, and all that sort of stuff. We're still looking for up to 5 people just to make it a viable event. So what I thought we'd do is, rather than just putting word out there, we'd speak to somebody who's been through it all, both as participate in getting back into triathlon and changing things around, but also as a coach with the men's initiative. And yeah, just to get his experience. So we have Eamon Mouse McAndrew here. How are you doing, Eamon?
Hello, John. Good
How's
to see you.
things?
I'm great.
You're on your travels, are you?
Yeah, I'm actually traveling to Dublin, John, and just poor broadband connection at the house, and time is precious. So
Okay.
this is what we got.
That's what we've got. Okay, well, we'll not keep you too long. I suppose basically what I'd like to find out a little bit at first, because I've had a couple of people talking about, they're not fit or other at the right level even to get involved in this. Could you just tell me a little bit about how you first started getting involved in triathlon and what you were like beforehand?
Sure.
If that makes sense.
So there's a small bit of a backstory here, John. Yeah, I actually started back in 2009, and it was 2 weeks before the Warriors run. I was at a wedding, and I put a bet with Dahi Feely, who was training for the Warriors run for 3 months, that I would beat him. I bet him €200. At that time, John, I was 14 and a half stone, drinking like a fish, and smoking 20 fags a day. Okay. So I was very unfit.
Right.
But as a consequence of putting the bet with me on a round table at a wedding, Dahi also took another 4 bets, and he leveraged himself up to €1,000.
So there's no pressure.
I done 3 runs, and I done the Warriors run in 1:18, and I bet him with 3 minutes, and he paid out.
Okay,
but that was the kickstart, John. Yeah, that was at the end of August. In September, for my birthday, Claudia bought me 3 swimming lessons with a friend of hers, and I couldn't swim a length of the pool, John.
I was going to say, could you swim at all?
No, I couldn't. I could doggy paddle. That was the height of my. But 3 swimming lessons. By the end of it, I was clawing and scratching my way to 25 meters.
Right.
Cecilia McGuinness said to me, she says, "Why don't you do the try? It's in 4 weeks' time."
Uh-huh.
So I suppose that goes back to constantly setting the goal and putting the goal out in front of you. That, do you know what I mean? That it gives you a focus to go and achieve that type of thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Had you been doing any sort of sports? So is this a total epiphany and a total change of lifestyle for you? I know you said that you were, the certain weight and a certain lifestyle, but had you done any sport previously, or is this completely new to you?
I was very active, John, in athletics as a kid.
Okay.
And team sports till I was about 24. Rugby, football, all that, yeah. And I suppose I was like a piece of oak, yeah, sunk into a bog. I did nothing from 24 to 34, right? But what I had done is I preserved my body, yeah. So when I got back at 35, all my joints were perfect. You know what I mean? I hadn't taken that 10 years of lateral punishment from GAA and that sort of stuff, you know. And so that made my comeback fairly easy, you know.
And in terms of, did you join the club straight away, or was it just you got involved in the try, and how did you take it from there?
So I did the try, and I think I was third that day. Level of fitness wasn't great. Obviously, I had a lot of weight on me at 14 stone.
Was the try, just for confirmation, was the try a similar length to what the guys would be doing, or is it a little bit longer?
No, correct, John. It was a 250 swim, 10K bike, and I think it was a 4K run.
Okay, so it's very similar, yeah.
Very similar, yeah. And my level of fitness was very poor, you know. But it's a quite manageable event, John, yeah. And like 250, 10K, 4 to 5 weeks training. Anyone's capable of achieving that. Anyone, you know, if they commit to it, focus it. And the important thing about the try is like it's not a time competitive event. The objective of the try is a completion. You know. To put the 3 of them together and actually get yourself over the line. You know?
So there's a different focus on it from when perhaps you go into the actual more competitive side of things.
Absolutely, but it's like everyone is competitive in some shape or form, no matter what shape, size, attitude, anything like that is. But once, if you can take someone that's been sedentary for a few years, right? If you can relight that aerobic spark, okay, and kindle it for them 4 or 5 weeks to try, right? What you have then is you have a fabulous opportunity to allow that to grow and burn and
Yeah.
continue on. And that's what happened to me, John. I lost a stone every year I was in. Stone to go down to under 11 stone and then start competing nationally, So it just shows what can be done.
And I was going to just ask, and before we go in, just in the try itself, as the coach side of things, what, just for those that don't know you, what sort of things have you been involved in since, or what have you achieved since then?
So, yeah, my third year in triathlon, which was probably 2012. Yeah, I really got going because I lost all the weight and I became very competitive nationally, on the national series and the likes. That was sprints and Olympics. The natural progression then is to go up the distances to half Ironman and Ironman.
Yeah.
I've actually found to compete. It's opposite ends actually. I'm quite fast at the sprints because I can take a lot of punishment and I like to suffer. And also then I have big lung capacity, which feeds into the Ironman.
Okay.
And which is a 9-hour event. But I think in 2012 I set goals for Ironman that I wanted to do a sub 9 Ironman. And I wanted to run a sub tick the boxes because I've sub 9 and I've run sub 3. And they were big goals at the time, and they were looked impossible to achieve. But with the training and the coaching from Ross and Colin, that's where it went to.
Okay, cool. And I mean, Ross is going to be the coach for the men's initiative this year, and again, we'll go into the men's initiative now. So thanks for that. I mean, it's quite a journey for you. In terms of, for my side of things, when I did the try, I suppose I was coming at it from a different place. I did it about 4 years ago. For me, I'd come off back surgery, and I just wanted to start swimming again. So I could swim a bit, but I wasn't great at it. But for me, I suppose it was also, I'd just moved to Sligo, and it was a chance. It was more the social element for me. So it was partly getting fit, but it was also sort of meeting up with other people. And certainly it was a case of just dropping egos at the door and just getting on with it. So for me, it's a completely different way of looking at things, say, from you. I've got no sort of, I like getting involved in events, but it's more just getting fit for me and having the crack and being involved as part of the club. So that's where it's coming from for me. In terms of for the coaching side of things, what would you say you're looking for from the guys that would come along? Because you were coach when I was there.
Sure. So my experience on the men's initiative as a coach, it's one of the most rewarding things you can do as a coach, John.
Yeah.
Because as a coach, if you get a really strong athlete or a good athlete, you can add small percentages to him possibly, right? You can't add a whole lot, And generally, if you get an athlete like that, he's very focused, he's driven, he knows where he's going, he's his goal set, But you take someone that comes into men's initiative that can hardly swim a length, that can swim a length, and you take him and you coach him and guide him, and you get him to his first 25 meters, which then over the course of the weeks goes to 250, right?
Yeah.
And then the day of the event, he swims 250 in front of his family looking down at him, which was an impossible task 6 weeks before. That is one of the most rewarding things as a coach. Like once they get out of the pool, they've hit the big milestone, because everyone has cycled as a child. Cycling comes back to you, and a 10k is very, very manageable. And same with the run. But the big psychological block is this swim. Can I get the 250? And I suppose that's where the expertise of the coaches, myself and Ross. That Ross he's so patient. He'll look at the weaknesses and he'll work on them. It's important to say, John, we're not great and gala swimmers here.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that initially has to happen is we have to get them breathing aerobically in the pool, regardless of stroke or how ugly they look or how inefficient they are.
Sorry for jumping in, and that's come across from a couple of questions that I've had where they're actually saying, I don't know if I'm at the right level to be able to do this yet. Not so much in swimming, but just in fitness wise. Which to me sort of goes against what we're actually trying to do here, which is to help people get fit. It's not about being fit already. Would you be in agreement with that?
Yeah, well, the day of the try, for example, I just got bounced back. When I was coaching on it, right? The first day we had 40 men on the men's initiative, yeah? And the first day we put them in the pool, we done an introduction even,
Yeah.
and we put them in the pool for 10 minutes, right? And you could spot the guys, the weakest guys, because they were so nervous. They were thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to swim 25 meters. I'm going to be asked to swim 25 meters here, and I'm going to be found out, yeah? And you could see the other guys that had a bit of a swim experience and they weren't bothered, yeah? But I remember Colin Casey got them to go into the pool, got them into the pool, yeah? Spread them out. I got them to do flotation, relaxing exercises, sink downs, right? And he says, right, that's it. And two of the guys around said, we're not going to swim some lengths. Not today. Come back next week, he said. So the focus isn't, get in the pool, give us 25. Yeah. Let's find you out. As I say, get you in the pool, we'll assess you, and then we will then put the plan in place to absolutely help the weaker guys, yeah? To progress, yeah? And that's what's important. So it is for everybody, John. It's absolutely for everybody. And there's nobody that cannot do it.
Okay, and that was the last thing that I was going to mention, just coming off that, because I know you've got busy family life at the moment and you're busy working life. And again, that's come across from a couple of people saying, I don't know if I can find the time for this. So what would be your advice for those guys?
Okay, John. So this equates to maybe 5-6 hours a week, yeah? And that's what it is, right? So, and if you can't find 5 or 6 hours for yourself in a week, right, to give yourself a chance to progress your fitness, to change your lifestyle, to get more active, well then your priorities are somewhat skewed. Yeah, absolutely. Talking 7 to 8, you can be home at 8 o'clock. Bring the kids to school, do your stuff. But how does that work, John? Yeah, go to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock. Get up early.
Just make the adjustments. Yeah. Okay. Well, look.
So it is managed.
Okay, you're breaking up a wee bit now, Mouse, for the first time there. So, look, thanks very much for this. It's been really useful, and hopefully it's convinced a couple of the guys that are on the fence to sign up. So, thanks very much, and all the very best. Okay.
Yeah. Well, John, just to finish, like we're putting the coaching structure in place. Yeah. We're going to lay it all out in front of them. Like there's a very, very specific plan here, right? I don't think anyone that has signed for the men's initiative yet, and we're 5-6 years into it, that has ever failed to come out of that pool after swimming 250.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And and if it's a case someone is totally weak and they just can't get it, right? We let them walk the first 12 meters. Yeah, swim the deep end, swim back to us, come back, and we'll push them out of that pool. We'll make it happen. Yeah, I think one year I got one guy and I told him he could use a life jacket. Yeah, if it meant swim the distance. Yeah. Now in actual fact, when he got to the end of the event, he didn't use the life jacket. He actually swam it. But that was the psychological use in week 2 to keep him
take the pressure off. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Take the pressure off. Yeah.
So
that's it. Yeah. Best of luck to all the men.
We've lost no one yet.
Excellent. Yeah. And so best of luck with John. And I will clip in for a session or two. Most definitely. I come in as a guest coach.
That'd be brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks very much and for your time. Really appreciate it. And safe travels.
Same to you, John. Best of luck.
Bye-bye.